Here's something nobody tells you about your car breaking down in the middle of nowhere. It's not the heat that gets to you. It's the silence. When the engine dies and the AC cuts out and all you can hear is your own breathing and the faint tick-tick-tick of cooling metal, that's when you start thinking. Really thinking. About who you called first. About who answered. About who didn't. My name doesn't matter. What matters is that I was on a road trip with my best friend Sam, driving through Nevada on Route 50, the loneliest highway in America, when my car decided it had had enough. Steam poured from under the hood like something was exhaling its last breath. The temperature gauge shot into the red. And then, nothing. I slammed my palm against the steering wheel. No. No, no, no. Sam was already rolling down his window. Well, he said, his voice infuriatingly calm. This is a situation. Middle of Nevada. Middle of July. Middle of absolutely nowhere. 1 bar of signal. I called my boyfriend. Hashtag adversity. Anxious. Voicemail. Hey, babe. It's me. Car broke down. We're stuck on Route 50 somewhere between nowhere and the middle of nowhere. Call me back. This is kind of an emergency. I hung up. My voice had sounded steady. My hands weren't. Disappointed. Sam was already under the hood. He'd popped it open like he'd been doing this his whole life, because he basically had. His dad made him learn when he got his first car. Told him he'd thank him someday. Today was that day. Diagnosis? I asked, trying to sound lighter than I felt. Good news, not the transmission. Bad news, radiator hose is toast. Water pump might be too. He poured one of our water bottles over something that sizzled. Without proper tools, I can rig something temporary. Won't be pretty. Might get us to the next town. My phone buzzed. Mark. Back-to-back meetings until 6. What's up? I stared at the words. Back-to-back meetings. It was 2 in the afternoon. 4 hours. I'd said it was an emergency. Sam glanced at my screen. Then back at the engine. What did he say? He's in meetings. That was doing a lot of work. I texted back frantically. Car completely dead. Stranded in desert. Need help. The reply came in seconds. Can't talk. Call AAA. Call AAA, I read aloud. He told me to call AAA. Like I hadn't thought of that. Sam pulled a screwdriver from his backpack, not the cheap roadside kit kind, actual tools, and leaned deeper into the engine. So Prince Charming's not riding to the rescue. AAA says tomorrow morning at earliest. Heat wave. Too many breakdowns. Too remote. Hurt. Sam straightened up. Wiped his forehead with the back of his hand, leaving a streak of grease. Okay. New plan. I can bridge the radiator line with hose from the windshield washer system. It's a prayer wrapped in duct tape. But it might get us somewhere. Can you actually do that? I can try. That's when it hit me. The contrast. I'd been too busy panicking to notice. My boyfriend, who I'd been with for 2 years, had just told me to call AAA. My best friend, who owed me nothing, had his arms elbow-deep in a burning hot engine. Furious, devastated. We limped into a town called Desert Springs. Population, maybe 40, if you counted the lizards. The gas station attendant, an old man who looked like he hadn't seen a stranger since the 80s, informed us the only mechanic was out fishing until Thursday. Thursday. It was Tuesday. Next town with a real shop is 60 miles north, he added helpfully. Wouldn't try it in that car though. Not with radiator problems. My phone had been buzzing. I finally checked. Mark, how's it going? Fixed yet? You've been gone all day. Starting to think you planned this whole thing, lol. Seriously though, when are you coming back? I made dinner reservations. He made dinner reservations. I showed Sam. He looked at the message. Then at me. Then back at the message. He thinks you planned this. Apparently. Another text. Thursday? That's ridiculous. Just rent a car. Rent a car, I said. From Desert Springs, Nevada. Population 40. Actually, the attendant chimed in, no rental cars here. Sam found a junkyard 2 miles outside town. He convinced the owner, a weathered woman named Rosa, to let us scavenge for parts. $20. Whatever we could find. While he disappeared into a maze of rusted vehicles, I called Mark again. He actually answered. Finally, he said, like I was the one who'd been unreachable. What's the situation? I told him. Stranded. No mechanic until Thursday. 100-degree heat. Okay, well, what do you want me to do about it? I can't teleport to Nevada. I want you to care. I want you to act like your girlfriend being stranded in the desert is more important than your meetings. My meetings are paying for this trip, in case you forgot. And you're not exactly stranded if Sam is there. The line went quiet. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing. I have to go. You're both adults. Figure it out. He hung up. From somewhere in the junkyard, I heard Sam's voice. Found one. This might actually work. Devastated. I stood there in the scorching heat, holding a dead phone, and for the first time, really the first time, I let myself feel it. My boyfriend didn't care. Not the way he was supposed to. Furious. Sam got the car running. Hose from the washer system. Duct tape. A prayer. It held. We drove in silence for a while. Hot desert air whipping through the open windows because the AC was still dead. You know, Sam said eventually, I meant what I said earlier. About what? About him never showing up when you need him. I started to argue. Then stopped. Because I couldn't think of a single time in the past year when Mark had dropped everything to help me through a real crisis. Not one. It was always Sam. Broken wrist at 2 a.m., Sam drove me to the ER. Apartment flooded, Sam spent the entire weekend helping me move. Computer crashed before a huge presentation, Sam spent his Saturday fixing it. I never asked you to do those things, I said quietly. I know. He kept his eyes on the road. That's not why I do them. The engine made a concerning noise. He pulled over, checked the temperature gauge, frowned. We weren't going to make it much further. But at least someone was trying. At a scenic overlook, we stopped to let the engine cool. My phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. Hey, this is Jenny from book club. Got your number from Mark. He said you were on a road trip with Sam? Thought you guys broke up months ago? Confused. My blood went cold. I showed Sam. What? His eyes went wide. I typed back. Still with Mark. Why would you think we broke up? The response came instantly. Oh, weird. He's been telling everyone you split. He brought a date to Tyler's birthday party last month. Said you were seeing other people. He brought a date. Last month. The weekend I was in Portland visiting my sick sister. He said he had to work that weekend. Couldn't come with me. But he went to a party. With another woman. and introduced her as his girlfriend. Explosion. I called him. Missed me already? His voice was cheerful. Cheerful. Who's the blonde from your gym? Silence. Tyler's birthday party. Last month. You brought a date. You called her your girlfriend. Who told you that? Does it matter? Is it true? Look, it's not what you think. It's not what I think. You took another woman to a party and introduced her as your girlfriend. While I was taking care of my sick sister. While you told me you had to work. She's just a friend. People were asking about you. I'd been drinking. I said something stupid. Stupid. You called another woman your girlfriend. Stupid. It didn't mean anything. It was one night. You were gone anyway. I was taking care of my sister. You said you had to work. I did have to work. I worked late Friday and then Tyler invited me. So you decided to bring a date. It's not like that. We'd been having problems, okay? You're always busy with work or Sam, and I was feeling neglected. So you found someone else. You're blowing this out of proportion. Am I? From where I'm sitting, it looks like you've been living a double life. Telling people we broke up. Dating other women. Lying about work. It was one party. One party that I know about. How many don't I know about? Silence. That's what I thought. Can we talk about this when you get home? This isn't a phone conversation. No. No? We're done. You're ending 2 years over one party? I'm ending a relationship that's been over for months. You already told everyone it was. I'm just making it official. I hung up. Blocked his number. Sam was leaning against the car. He'd been giving me space, but his jaw was tight. His knuckles were white. You okay? No, I said. And then, for some reason, I laughed. A small, cracked sound. But I think I will be. ## resolution. Slow motion climax. Can I ask you something? Sam said. Yeah. When's the last time he made you feel safe? The question landed like a punch. Safe. Not happy. Not loved. Safe. That bone-deep certainty that someone has your back when everything goes wrong. I thought about it. Every crisis. Every moment of fear. Every time I needed someone to say, it's okay, I'm here. I called Sam. I can't remember. He nodded. Like he'd known the answer before I did. Confession. You want to know what I did when you told me you were excited about this trip? He said. I cleared my entire weekend. Took Monday and Tuesday off. Told my sister I couldn't help her move. You didn't tell me that. Because I wanted to be here. Because spending time with you matters more than anything else I had planned. He paused. When's the last time he canceled something important for you? I tried to think of an example. Nothing. That's what I thought. Sam's voice wasn't angry. Just tired. You know what's really convenient? Having a boyfriend who treats you like an inconvenience the moment anything goes wrong. He's not always like that. Isn't he? He looked at me. Really looked. Be honest. When have you ever had a real problem that he actually helped you solve? I opened my mouth. Closed it. You deserve someone who would move mountains to get to you, he said quietly. Someone who'd cancel every meeting. Drive all night. Spend everything they had. Just to know you're safe. Sam. I'm not saying it has to be me. His voice was careful now. Deliberate. I'm just saying it should be someone. And it sure as hell shouldn't be someone who hangs up on you. What are you saying? He was quiet for a long moment, staring out at the desert. Because I've been in love with you for 2.5 years. And I'm tired of pretending I'm not. The words hung in the air. 2.5 years. He'd been next to me the whole time, watching me date someone else, never saying a word. My phone rang. Mark. Sam leaned back. You should answer that. I did. Okay, I've been thinking, Mark said. Talked to Chad. He says you should just drive to Vegas. It's like 2 hours. Get the car checked, stay at a nice hotel. Turn this whole thing into a vacation. What about you? What about me? Would you come meet us? Pause. Well, I can't exactly drop everything and fly to Vegas. I've got work. But you and Sam can handle it. You want me to go to Vegas? With Sam? Without you? Why not? You two are already on your little adventure. Little adventure. Like this whole nightmare had been a fun getaway. What if I said I needed you? What if I said I wanted my boyfriend with me? Sam's already there. He's good with cars. He can take care of whatever. I don't see why I need to fly across the country when you've already got help. I felt something crack inside my chest. The last piece. Because I'm your girlfriend. Because when your girlfriend needs you, you're supposed to want to be there. I do want to be there. No. You don't. You've been relieved this whole time. Relieved that Sam was here. Relieved you didn't have to show up. That's not. Tell me honestly. When I told you Sam and I were going on this trip, were you upset? Were you jealous? Did you wish you were coming instead? Silence. You were relieved, I said. You were relieved to get rid of me. That's not true. Goodbye, Mark. I hung up. Blocked his number. Again. Sam was watching me. You okay? No, I said. But I think I know what I want now. Confrontation. 20 minutes later, we stopped at a roadside diner. Red vinyl booths. Checkerboard floor. Neon sign flickering between eat and eat. We'd just ordered iced tea when the bell above the door chimed. Mark. He'd driven 300 miles. His hair was a mess. His shirt was wrinkled. We need to talk, he said, ignoring Sam completely. No, I said. We don't. He scanned the diner. The trucker at the counter. The elderly couple sharing pie. The family with kids. This is between us. You made it public when you told everyone we broke up, I said. You made it public when you brought your gym girlfriend to Tyler's party. His face went red. Keep your voice down. Sam stood up. The movement was quiet. Fluid. He wasn't trying to be intimidating. He just was. You want to know something? Sam's voice was calm. Dangerously calm. You said she'd been using me. Stringing me along. That I was pathetic. That's not what I. Let me tell you what's actually pathetic. Pathetic is lying to your girlfriend for months. Pathetic is bringing dates to parties while she's taking care of sick family. Pathetic is hanging up on her when she's scared. The trucker had turned around. The waitress had stopped wiping glasses. And the most pathetic thing? Sam stepped closer. Mark stepped back. Driving 300 miles to hunt her down at a diner, not because you love her. Because you're terrified she's going to tell people what you really are. The elderly woman set down her fork. 43 years, she said. I've been married 43 years. And I can tell you right now, that boy there, she pointed at Sam, has the heart of a man who'd move mountains for his woman. You, she looked at Mark, have the heart of a boy who'd let her move him alone. He's right, the trucker said, rising from his stool. He was twice Mark's size. Sounds to me like she's better off without you. Mark looked around the room. Every face was hostile. This is insane, he said. This is. You're done here, the waitress said flatly. He looked at me one last time. His mouth opened. Closed. Then he turned and stormed out. The bell didn't chime, it fell off. The diner was silent for a moment. Then the trucker started clapping. Then the waitress. Then the elderly couple. They bought our lunch. Hashtag takeaway. We drove west. The desert gave way to hills. The sun was sinking, painting everything orange and pink. Sam. Yeah. What you said back there. At the overlook. About being in love with me. His hands tightened on the wheel. I meant every word. And it's really been 2.5 years. But who's counting? I looked at him. His hands on the wheel, the same hands that had fixed my car. The same hands that had tightened around a wrench when strangers got too close. The same hands that had never once let go when I needed them. I reached over and took one of them. His fingers closed around mine. Gently. Like he was afraid I might disappear. I'd like to find out, I said, what it feels like to be with someone who actually wants to be with me. He glanced at me. Hope flickering in his eyes. Yeah? Yeah. He squeezed my hand. The sun kept sinking. The road kept going. And for the first time in longer than I could remember, I knew I was exactly where I belonged. Adapted from a Reddit anonymous submission.